Shinran Shonen felt a debt of gratitude to Prince Shotoku and praised his perfect virtue. He firmly believed the prince to have been an incarnation of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, as the great development of Buddhism was due to the prince. The shonen revered the imperial prince more and more. When he mused in the light of the revelation in his dream in the Rokaku temple on the fact that the prince, as a layman, had advanced the cause of the Dharma. Also, Shinran Shonen highly revered the venerable teacher, Honen, and was convinced that the venerable teacher must have been an incarnation of the Bodhisattva Mahasthana. The venerable teacher also put trust in Shinran Shonen more than any other disciple. Although it was not long after he had become one of the disciples of the teacher, the latter was so kindly disposed toward him that he was allowed to copy the teacher's precious work, selected passages concerning the original vow of the Pure Land, and was given the name Shaku, which the venerable teacher condescended to inscribe in his copy. Still more graciously was Shinran Shonen permitted to draw the portrait of the venerable teacher Honen. One day, the venerable teacher, according to the request of Shinran Shonen, had all his disciples examined as to how they had found out the heart of Amida. First, the teacher had the seats of the hall divided into two sections. One section where those who believed in the all-importance of faith were to be seated, and the other where those who believed in the all-importance of work were to sit. Then he spoke to all of the assembled disciples. "Take your seats according to your belief." Some 300 disciples were at a loss. At this moment, verily, at the end of the 11th hour, the priest Rensho Kumaji dashed into the hall, and, being told about the circumstances of the case, he took one of the seats of the faith believers without any hesitation, where he found the priests Saikaku and Shinku. Soon after, both the venerable Honen and Shinran Shonen quietly took their seats in the same section. As the years rolled on, the doctrine of the Nembutsu gained ground among the people. On the other hand, it became an object of hate and jealousy on the part of certain malicious monks, insomuch as to bring about a serious consequence. Shinran Shonen, with his teacher, felt some uneasiness about it and warned their disciples against imprudence. Effort of both was to keep off calamity, but it was in vain. With the spring of the first year of Jogen came evil days for those who held firm faith in the Nembutsu, the recitation of which was strictly prohibited by the state. When he saw and read the public notice board whereon the veto was plainly inscribed, and being indignant at it, a priest, Anraku, could not but loudly recite the Nembutsu, because it was more precious to him than mere physical life. Arrested, tried, and condemned, he was beheaded in the dry riverbed of the Rokujo. So was the priest Juren, a friend of the same cause, at Mabuchi in Omi province. The trouble became increasingly serious. The venerable teacher was exiled to the province of Tosa, and Shinran Shonen to that of Echigo. So were 6 other leading disciples of the teacher. No sorrow, however, overcame the teacher, although he had been falsely accused. "I cannot shut my mouth against the recitation of the Nembutsu," declared the teacher as he recited the Nembutsu, "even though it means death. It is my happy lot," added he, "to bring the good tidings of the Nembutsu over to a country as remote as Shikoku." Shinran Shonen also had the same state of mind as his teacher. "If my venerable teacher had not been banished," exclaimed he in his work, "how could it have been possible for me to go to a remote province like Echigo? Had I not gone, how could I have taught people living far away from the center of culture? This, too, must be ascribed to the virtues of my venerable teacher Honen." But alas, these exiles too must have their earthly parting. The venerable teacher being then 74 years of age, and Shinran Shonen 34. Shinran Shonen wrote, "Meeting is the beginning of parting. That I have long heard the Buddha say. But ne'er had I thought that parting would be so soon as yesterday or today." The venerable Honen wrote, "Farther and farther apart tend the roads which take us away from each other. But in the same bed of the lotus divine we will take our long rest together." The day for the departure into exile came at last on the 16th of March. Shinran Shonen, too sick at heart to see the venerable teacher off, left his home early in the dawn for the province of the Chigo, where the snow had not yet melted from off the ground. Not to mention his wife and children and disciples, everybody who was present to bid him farewell was choked with tears.